Oliver Tree's unusual celebration of life, celeb tributes and more must-see moments. And if you think you already know what to expect from a memorial service, this one will change your mind completely, because nothing about the day that unfolded in Santa Cruz followed any kind of normal script. To understand why this celebration of life felt so different from anything fans had seen before, you first have to go back 6 weeks, to a devastating event that shocked the internet and left millions of fans in disbelief. Oliver Tree, the endlessly eccentric musician known for blending absurdist comedy with genuinely emotional songwriting, had been traveling through South America on what he called his world's first world tour, chasing the kind of larger-than-life adventures that had always defined him. Then came the unthinkable. While in Rio de Janeiro, Tree was involved in a serious incident when 2 helicopters collided in midair, a tragic loss that claimed not only his life at the age of 32, but also the lives of 5 others who had been traveling alongside him. The news spread almost instantly, and for a moment the internet seemed to freeze, unsure how to process the loss of someone who had built an entire career around chaotic energy and larger-than-life characters. Someone who, in a strange twist of fate, had once built his whole artistic identity around themes of mortality, reinvention, and the idea that life goes on no matter what happens. In the weeks that followed his passing, tributes poured in from artists across the industry, and fans set up memorials, replayed his music, and tried to make sense of losing someone who felt, to so many of them, like more than just a celebrity. But even amid all that grief, something started to become clear. Whatever happened next to honor his memory was not going to look like a typical memorial. And exactly 6 weeks after that devastating day in Brazil, that unusual tribute finally arrived. On a Saturday evening at the Quarry Amphitheater at UC Santa Cruz, his hometown campus, friends, family, and fans gathered for what was officially called a celebration of life, and it was streamed live so that people all over the world could watch. From the very beginning, it was clear this would be unlike any memorial most viewers had ever witnessed. Sitting in front of the stage were several mannequins dressed exactly like Tree himself, wearing his signature bright windbreakers, sunglasses, cowboy hats, and unmistakable bowl haircut, each one placed inside its own individual casket, representing the different characters he had created and performed as throughout his career. It was bizarre, it was unexpected, and for many fans watching, it captured exactly who he was better than a traditional service ever could. Then came the tributes, and this is where the emotional weight of the day truly began to build. Major names from music and internet culture took the stage one by one, including Diplo, Logan Paul, YouTuber Klein, and longtime collaborator Aaron Mercury, each offering their own mixture of humor and heartbreak as they remembered their friend. Diplo praised him in blunt, affectionate terms, while Logan Paul, someone who had grown close to Tree over the years, spoke about the wild, adventurous spirit that made him so unforgettable, joking through his grief in a way that somehow felt exactly right for the moment. But perhaps the most emotional moment of the entire service didn't come from a celebrity at all. It came from his own mother, who stood in front of the crowd and shared a quiet, painful detail that most people didn't expect, revealing that she had spoken with her son just one day before the accident, a seemingly ordinary conversation about him working on quitting smoking that neither of them could have known would be one of their last. She described how excited and happy he had sounded, still chasing what he liked to call his epic days, unaware of what the next one would bring. It was a small, human moment buried inside a much larger public spectacle, and it hit many viewers harder than anything else that happened on stage. As the service continued, previously unreleased videos and personal clips from his childhood and early career were shown to the crowd, giving fans a rare glimpse into who he was before the fame, before the characters, before the persona that the world came to know him by. And in a detail that added even more emotional weight to the day, it was revealed that in the time before his death, Tree had been open about his wish to leave much of what he built not to his own family, but towards supporting the next generation of artists. That wish became reality through a newly established foundation created in his name, designed to fund young creators just starting out, ensuring that his impact wouldn't end with his passing but would instead continue shaping the future of art and music for years to come. By the time the final tributes wrapped up that night, something had shifted in how fans understood the entire event. This wasn't just a send-off filled with sorrow. It was something stranger, funnier, and somehow more fitting, a celebration that mixed absurd humor with real grief in exactly the chaotic, sincere way that defined everything Oliver Tree ever created. And maybe that's exactly the point people are left thinking about now, that even in death, he still managed to surprise everyone, turning what could have been an ordinary memorial into one final, unforgettable performance, blurring the line between mourning and celebration in a way that felt entirely his own.